What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today I'm very excited to be taking a look at 3 brand new DC Multiverse Collector Edition figures in the shape of Ragman, Clock King, and Tomar-Re Green Lantern. Now, there's a lot of things to go over with these guys. I think that these are all very solid figures without even taking them out of the packaging, except for issues with one in particular. So, taking a look at the box here, here's Clock King. Please give us more stupid Batman villains. I would love to build a huge Batman Rogues gallery. He's a great addition to that. So, there's his barcode, all that. Same thing with wanting to build a good Green Lantern core, and Tomar-Re is probably one of my favorite non-main Green Lanterns, though I guess he's become pretty mainstream at this point. But, like, give me all of this. I definitely want the Platinum Edition. We need a Green Lantern female body as well. But please give it this texture. I love this body for the Green Lanterns. I am so happy that they chose this for this figure. But I would take all of it. So I definitely need at least one more for Abin Sur. But I want to buy 4, but I don't want to buy 4. I wish it wasn't a collector one. And then over here we have Ragman. Here is the barcode for Ragman. Not a character that I'm super versed in, but what I do know about him, he's a pretty awesome character. So with that being said, let's go ahead and open all these characters who have green in them in some shape or form. But let's go ahead and open them. So, getting these guys out of the packaging, doing the best I can to Stan Ragman. We're gonna talk about him. Getting them out, though. Getting the rest of them out. Oh, man. This is a pretty solid assortment. It's a definitive answer on which one I like the most and which one I like the least. It's probably not a surprise, but it was a very easy answer for me to make. So, you guys know how we run it here. I'll start at the bottom, do my least favorite one first, get that one out of the way, and then we'll move up and end on a high note. So let's go ahead and talk about Ragman, because this had potential to be a really cool figure, and I was a little bit more excited before I took him out of the packaging, but, you know, after further inspection, I'm not very happy with him. He is just, the only new parts are the cape and the head. Everything else is complete reuse of that weird skinny body that they use, which isn't necessarily a bad body. I kind of wish I kept the Dick Grayson that they made on this body, but I got rid of it. But it's just blatant reuse, and they didn't even paint it. The whole thing about Ragman is that he's made of rags of souls, and this image looks awesome. You know, really buff or like lean build, whatever. This does not have that at all. And these should have been sculpted. This should have been a new body, in my opinion. When you're charging these extra prices for these things, it should be new pieces. And the fact that this is just painted, not only are these rags, they look okay, but they're just painted on. You get sculpt that doesn't match, and they didn't even paint on the back. The whole thing is that he's like made of these rags, and this just looks like it's a weird design on him. Very, very lazy. And if this is too complicated of a paint job to do, which I can understand that would require a lot of paint and sculpt on him, then don't do it. I don't think this is a character that tons of people were hankering for in the first place. So it's a little interesting and kind of frustrating that you made this really cool deep cut character, but then you did a shitty job at it, and I don't like that. So taking a look at the new head sculpt, it is just a basic head with a couple rags here and there. I think it looks good for what it is. I will say I really do like this cape. The cape saves it a lot. It's not that taffeta material. It's like more like spandexy, so it stretches. The wire's really good in the hood as well. Like, you can actually pose the wire in the hood, and you know, if you play around with it a little bit more than I am, you can actually get it to look pretty decent on there, and it's separate from the rest of the cape or cloak or whatever. But when you get the wires down on the cape, you can kind of like get it to like mold onto his body. So I think making this a spandex cape rather than that like taffeta, which we'll kind of see with Clock King, I think that works really, really nice, actually. I will say the cape saves him a little bit. Like, I like that you're able to kind of get it on top of him. The tatters in the cape are nice. I think that's cool. In terms of accessories for this guy, we're really not getting a lot here. As you saw, we get the amazing card stand in the trading card there. Rory Reagan, you know, pretty cool. I would definitely recommend reading that little blurb there, because this is not a super popular character. Why is this not going in? Not a super popular character. You get the traditional figure stand as well, and then the only other accessories you get with this guy are these like spiritual effects, I guess. So they kind of just wrap on his hand. Not really good though, to be completely honest with you. I don't know which way they're supposed to go. Maybe they're supposed to go this way, actually. Like, expand it out rather than wrap it around. I don't know. You're going to have to play around with it. Like, that looks... I don't know. I don't like these accessories at all. They look cool, and it's nice to get a new effect part, but they look like little clear playing cards to me. Like, if these were in pink, I wouldn't be surprised if this was a Gambit accessory. And again, I don't know tons about Rory, but... I don't know. I don't like it. Like, what is, I mean, I guess from some poses that could look cool. Maybe if you get them, like, but then, like, the second you move the hand, it just falls off. Yeah. They should have thought this out a little bit more. I mean, that doesn't look terrible, I guess, but not a big fan of that. You get two of them, whatever. And we are going to skip articulation other than doing the new parts on these guys. So the head is just going to look up, down, pivot side to side, and rotate. So nothing really new there. The rest of the articulation is exactly what you'd expect. Yeah, not a very good figure at all. Honestly, one of the most disappointing figures I've seen in a long time. Next, let's take a look at Clock King. And again, I'm happy to get these weird, stupid Batman villains. Let's get a whole bunch of them. The only one I'm missing so far that they made that I want is Victor Zsasz, but I think that figure is really ugly, and I didn't want to pay the McFarlane shipping. So if somebody wants to give that to me, send it over my way. I'll pay maybe a little bit, but do it from the kindness of your heart. I'm just kidding. But yeah, this is awesome. This is a cool character that has not had a lot of figures in the past and makes for a fun action figure. So they're using that Nightfall Batman body mold, which is fine by me. It's one of their better body molds. I like it a lot. I know some people have complaints about it, but I mean, he's got big shoulders. I like the proportions of this body. It looks heroic, or in this case, villainous, imposing. I like that. Get a new belt, like underwear piece, obviously with the clock on there, the clock over his cock. He wears the watches with the gloves. I love this like lime green color. The joints and the non-jointed parts, I guess, they're slightly different coloring. Can't really see it on camera. You can see it a little bit more in person with this harsh light on there. It's not terrible. You get the wired cape. Clock King with his own wired cape. I can't believe that this is something that actually happened. I don't know what this stain is on the back of mine, though. Ooh, Clock King, what are you getting into, my boy? But I like the cape. The taffeta works here for him, I think. I like them. I don't love the material that McFarlane uses, but I don't mind it neither. I think it's decent. I can't remember. Is this a new upper torso with these straps here? This must be new. Yeah, I think this is a new upper torso. The rest of it's Nightfall Batman, but I don't remember these there. And I guess they need a new one with a base body to have, you know, no bat logo in there. And then, of course, you get this head sculpt, which looks really good. It's just like a big watch on his face. I love it, but you can still see like the jawline under there. That's great. The chase version of this is actually one that I wouldn't mind having. It's a Doom Patrol villain. I believe it's Dr. Time. But I think of the Doom Patrol when I see that. He was in the show. I actually like that show a lot. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I kind of missed that show. Brendan Fraser as Robot Man is great. Give us a Doom Patrol. Do like a big box set of the Doom Patrol, a comic book Doom Patrol. I'd be so happy. But anyway, hey, if we're getting Dr. Time as a chase variant, or that's one step closer, I'll take it. My biggest complaint with this guy is this is the loosest hand I've ever seen in my life, and I don't understand it. This sounds fine, but literally watch this. What the fuck? Like, I don't get it, and I have it pushed in all the way. And even if I, like, move the joint, like, I can't do anything with this hand. I have no idea why it's like this. Maybe this joint got put on backwards or something. I don't know. But, like, it stays on, but it's so loose. It's so weird. And it does make posing him a little annoying because I want him to hold his weapons. Speaking of, let's take a look at the accessories. In that, well, we'll do this. You get the figure stand. You get the card stand thing. There's his little read-up. William Tachman. It's pretty hilarious. I love comic book names. And then you get his arms, like the hands on the clock or whatever. These are actually like pretty solid. Like I was worried that they would be warped, but they're pretty good. I like them. You get a short one, the hour hand, and I guess I'll put the hour one in here. And then you get the minutes hand. But like I can't do anything. It's actually not terrible as you would expect. Like that's pretty badass. But interchangeable hands would have been nice. Maybe a pair of fist hands, or like for him, maybe like splayed out hands I think would have been fun. You know, I'm going to be honest, I really don't know how he's supposed to hold this shit, but it looks awesome. Clock King. Like, give me a Kite Man. Give me a Condiment King. I'm here for it. Give me all the stupid Batman villains. Like, that looks so much cooler than it has any right to be, and I'm very happy about that. But we're not going to do articulation because we've seen this body a couple times at this point. But by far, the best figure, easily, in this series is Tomar-Re Green Lantern. And honestly, this is one of my favorite figures that McFarlane's done in a long time. First of all, I'm a big fan of this body. I know some people have complaints about it, but I think it is a great base body for a Green Lantern. So I was so happy when they chose this one to do this figure on. The body's great. I like the texture on it. We finally get another fist hand. You get the ring on this side. They give the option to have it on the left side as well for other characters, which... Actually, do they? Maybe they don't. No, they do. Do they? No, actually. I lied. I'm sorry. I thought they did. But I like it quite a bit. Quite a bit. The Green Lantern emblem on the chest looks nice. Makes me almost want another one, but for my Hal, but I customized Hal and he's fine. But easily the best part of this figure is this beautiful Tomar-Re head sculpt. Wow. The blue in the mouth, the orange, there's a wash on it, the orange in the frill, the beak, the lantern. Oh my God. That is the best head sculpt McFarlane's ever done by far. One of the best head sculpts I've ever seen by far. This is the shit that McFarlane excels in. This is a beautiful head sculpt. Beautiful head sculpt. So if I only had one, I do want to get more, but if I only had one, I'm keeping it as Tomar-Re because this shit is too gas. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. But not only that, he comes with a ton of accessories, and this is what we want the $30 price point for. So we have a figure stand, and we actually just get the card for this one. And this is like a generic Green Lantern thing, which is cool. But we actually just get the card for this one, not the stand, which I'm totally fine with. I will never use those card stands. So let's start with hands. So you get a pair of flat hands with the green. Sorry for the stuff on my nails. I dyed shirts like a week ago, like tie-dyed shirts, and I can't get this shit out of my nails. But like, there's still some on there. It was like over a week ago. But you have the Green Lantern ring there. That's nice. Then you get two flat hands. I don't know why. This one's like a slightly more flat than this one. That's a little odd. I just noticed that. You get the stupid trigger finger hand, but I'm happy that we're not stuck with that. And then you get hands with effect parts in there. So you get this little blast. You get a little, like, showing the ring. I like that. You get this big blast. I like that a lot too. And they don't come out, and I'm totally fine with that. That is what I like. Nice translucent green. You get this shield that clips onto his forearm with the Green Lantern logo on there. So kind of showing that off. This Marvel Legends style here. Boom, baby. He ain't messing around. God, that looks so good. Love that. Love that. Great shield. Nice, dense plastic, too. You get the Green Lantern. So if he needs to charge up his ring. This is a new one, by the way. I think I like the one I have on Hal right now, so I'll leave this with Tomar-Re. I guess then I take it back a little bit on this trigger finger hand. This is good for holding this. This is fine. And then you get Sur, which is, I believe, who gives Hal his Green Lantern ring when he dies. But popping this guy's head on here. Oh, can I get it? Yeah. That looks great. He's kind of risen. Hold on. Who is he? But nah. Looks great. Beautiful wash. Beautiful sculpt. I don't know what I mean, I like Tomar-Re better. But this is a great head sculpt too. So I definitely need at least 3 more. Because the chase is the wolf guy. I don't know his name. But the wolf guy. And then there's like a green booger guy. And I have the DC Icons chip. I never actually got the 2-pack of Kyle Rayner and Kilowog. I do need to get Kilowog, but I don't like that he doesn't have white gloves, so I might try to paint it, but you know how painting white is. That shit will suck. But I feel like I need Kilowog at this point. So if anybody has Kilowog and you don't want it and you want to sell it for a good price, let a brother know, because I really don't want that Kyle Rayner. But yeah, this is an awesome figure. This is totally worth the price point. Look at this. We're actually getting character-specific accessories, a pile of it, and they're smart that they made it so that the neck is green so you can put any of these heads on here, because that doesn't bother me at all. I know some people were bitching about it. Doesn't bother me at all. I think it's genius on McFarlane's point, which I don't say that too often, but they really did a nice job. Sur is cool. This happens. It always gets stuck on Sur's head, but easy swap. Why not go in? Easy swap. I said easy swap. What the fudge? There we go. Easy swap. Looks fantastic. Yeah. Very, very smart on McFarlane's point. I mean, you got me wanting, if I need to find that chase. Hopefully I get that chase on my hands. But yeah, looks great. Very, very happy about it. Here they are next to the neck of Toys King Kong, along with the Jazzards Fortnite Series 6-inch Peely. Here they are next to the McFarlane Toys Dark Knight Returns Black Batman, along with the Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men Series Darwin, which I do kind of want to get my hands on this Platinum one too, with the blue and the battle damage. I do like that version of Batman. The light pole is a nice accessory to have. I mean, you never know what you can use that for. I like that. It looks really good. I think the only thing that's holding me from it at this point is that it doesn't have a wired cape. If it did, I think I would have been more prone to get it, but I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. And finally, here he is next, or here they are next to the Hasbro Marvel Legends What If Series Zombie Captain America. So some of you might be out there wondering, yo, Ant, what are your final thoughts on this set of figures? And I gotta say, they're pretty solid for the most part, except for Ragman. Ragman's pretty disappointing in that he comes with barely any accessories. He's just a reused body. He's got a really nice cloak, but I don't like the effect parts he comes with, and he's definitely, sure as hell, not worth the $30 price point, especially when we're getting figures at the $20 to $25 price point with more stuff than he comes with. Even bendy capes. That's like, this is almost becoming a standard thing for McFarlane at this point, and I'm totally here for it. They're changing the game with that kind of stuff. I love that, which means I like Clock King quite a bit. I like these fun characters. This is what comic book characters should be like. Fun figures of fun, stupid characters. I love that. I can't wait to have such an extensive Batman Rogues gallery. Though, I cannot believe we are getting characters like Hugo Strange, hints of a Professor Pig, Clock King, before we get a classic Scarecrow or Two-Face. What is this? What is this? We need a Two-Face and a Scarecrow stat. And once we get those, we're going to have a great looking Batman villain set up. And then finally, my favorite for sure, and a very smart move on McFarlane's point, is to get Tomar-Re's Green Lantern. Very, very happy. I definitely want a couple more. I gotta build the Green Lantern Corps. Never thought I'd be able to with McFarlane, but they proved me wrong. I mean, because if you play your cards right, you could have Kilowog, Sur, the Wolf guy, the Green guy, Kyle Rayner, Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart. Like, that's a lot. That is a lot of lanterns. And theoretically, if you have any weird alien heads, it's just a generic body. Throw one on there, grab another figure. It just was really smart on McFarlane's part to do that. So with that being said, at the price point of $30 a piece, they're each going to get their own individual rating. I'm going to give Ragman a 6 out of 10. I don't really like him that much. He's not utterly terrible, but the cloak saves him a lot. I'm going to give Clock King a 7. No, I'll give Clock King an 8. He doesn't really have much wrong with him. Maybe he'd have a higher rating if the wrist on mine wasn't super loose, but you know, I understand that stuff happens figure to figure, but he's an awesome character for this kind of line. And finally, Tomar-Re, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Maybe I'm nuts. Maybe people are like, this figure sucks, but I love it. That head sculpt is the best I've ever seen. So with that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. If you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd. I post a lot on all of those apps, and I have a great time, so I'm sure you will too. But as always, let me know. You copping any of these? See you guys in the next one. Peace.
What goes on, guys? I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them, as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.